Hello friends, welcome back for another video. Today we are talking about potty training for this little guy, Trainer Boy, and how did we do it, and tips for possibly more stubborn kids. This was our second time doing potty training. We had done it earlier, and you can find my video on that on my channel. And for us, it just ended up sticking and being better as we did it a little bit later and after his sister was already here, because there was a lot of regressions with his new sister coming. If you're new around here, my name is Sandy-Kaye, and if you're not new, we've got Bedhead over here. I do motherhood content. I post a video once a week. I post a video once a week as I'm figuring it out with my almost 3-year-old son and my 1-year-old daughter, Jordy Ray. I'm going to be throwing out big tips, and I think I will number them. I might lose count, but I will keep it up on the screen for you guys. So my first big tip is to have, low expectations, low pressure, and just make it a lot of fun. So that means not as much hovering and making a stressful situation, but also really tailoring it to how your kid is, their personality, and not worrying so much about the method as much as what you think is going to work for your kid. So our setup, how we made it work, is I put puppy pads all down on our entire floor, and then blankets, because they were smaller than I thought, and then to keep them all together and from tripping on them. I thankfully didn't even end up using them, so by day 3 I just picked all that up because there was no peas on the floor on the carpeted area. But just to make it stress-free, I would recommend covering your carpeted areas. And then we built a fort over our kitchen table. We just have a foldable one, so it worked great. Have a fort where you can read, you can pop popcorn and watch a movie, you can just hang out, play games, just make it a really fun experience. I definitely recommend switching out your toys, having some new ones or a toy rotation. Like I was saying, make it fun. So whether that's a sticker chart, we did that. That wasn't as much of a hit for Trainer, but he had a sticker chart where he could put it on for a pee, for a poo, if he told us he needed to go potty, you know, all those different things. And then also we did prizes for every time he went. Every single pee for like the first 2 or 3 weeks, we had a prize. And I don't love, yeah, he has a little prize right now. I don't love having all sugary, just sweet treats, but also throwing in Dollar Tree fun things, whether it be a squirt gun, or what did we do? One of his favorite things was gum, and so we had lots of different flavors of gum, and that was easy because, you know, there's like 16 to a pack, so he could easily have a couple of those for his prizes. And then of course we did have some like high chews and some different healthier snacks like the That's It bars, or, you know, you can have healthier snacks in there too, so when they're actually hungry they can kind of get a little bit more nutrients as well. Highly recommend going to the Dollar Tree, getting a bunch of different, you know, sticky or just like fun different things that they can play with. He loved Legos, and those are usually like an off-limits thing for him because his sister would choke on them. But since I was watching him so closely, I allowed him to play with those Legos. We played with them up high, so he's away from his sister, and that just made it a lot more fun. So if there's something off-limits that you could allow him or her for these next few days, that would be awesome. Something that helped us out so much was having a potty watch. No one likes to be told what to do constantly. Go to the bathroom, yeah, it's a little warm now. So having his watch tell him when to go, it was awesome. I'll have the one linked that he had, but you could set it for every 15, every 30, every 45 minutes, every hour and a half, every 2 or every 3 hours. So there was quite a bit of options, and the greatest thing was that it would reset after you turn it off, and it would light up and play a little song, and we would be like, what does that mean? And then, you know, he could run to his choice of potty. I do recommend having some multiple choices. So we had his mini potty he could go on, the big toilet in the bathroom, or if it's summertime and warm enough and they're a boy, it's easy, you can have them pee outside. That's always a fun one for them, and having a fun rock or something that they can aim at. I can't stress this enough, you really have to give them space and can't be hovering too much, or it will cause them to either hold it, or if you're over prompting, then they could also not want to go and be turned off by the idea of using the potty. And for us, I found just the best motivator for my son was doing those little rewards after every potty. So his watch, exciting, would let him know, and then he would be excited to go. Sometimes he'd get frustrated and even would want to go, 10 minutes later because he wanted another prize. And I did have like the quick stress of like, oh, are these prizes gonna last forever? But yeah, you're gonna have to do them for a little bit, 2 to 3 weeks, till they're getting the hang of it. And then when they're feeling more confident and listening to their body more, knowing when they need to go. And I found like just going over to a family's house, I didn't bring the prize bag, and then it just was normal. Like he would just go when he needed to go, and I didn't mention a prize, and then it just slowly weaned off. By I think 3 weeks we were done with prizes, and then we just explained mommy and daddy don't get prizes every time we go potty, and that's just what we do. You're a big boy now, you listen to your body and you use the bathroom when you need. 2 more quick tips for you is to give juice. You'll hear different methods, kind of talk about that. We didn't give like a crazy amount of juice, but it also just made it something more fun and made him want to drink a little bit more so he could get more pee practice. Yeah, your buckets. So we did do, no added sugar, just apple juice, maybe one other different kind, and we didn't even finish the whole bottle within that week of potty training. A tip that I actually pulled from another potty training video I was watching as I was getting back in the mindset of starting this whole process again for the second time around for him is letting them clean up their own mess, taking responsibility, throwing their wet soiled pants in the bin, in the laundry bin, and cleaning up their mess. If it's in the carpet, having them do the carpet cleaner, etc., etc. Because if you're always just quickly taking care of it, then they're not learning the responsibility over it, and you're kind of teaching them, yeah, it's kind of a bummer and it takes longer and it interrupts you from your play when you have to clean it up. So learning that lesson that they get to keep on playing if they go pee in the potty, they quickly do their business, come back, is pretty valuable for them to learn. Something kind of fun that we did too on a couple days into it, day 2 or 3, when you can finally go outside and get some sunshine. That's helpful because you'll kind of start to feel cooped up if you're in the house the entire time, and if you're like our family where you're outside all the time, then it is nice to just go to your backyard. You'll still want to keep a closer eye on them, but we filled up some water balloons and did that outside and just had a fun time enjoying some sunshine, even if it's just a little 10-minute break, even on day... Yeah, water balloons. On day 1, you're not going to derail the whole process. And last off, I will just kind of touch on the method we used, which was Oh Crap Potty Training. I read that book at least 2 times through, and the biggest thing that I kind of took away was age really does matter. Yes, he potty trained at 16 months and he did super well before his sister was born. He was fully telling us, doing the potty signal because he couldn't talk as much, and he was doing great. Then his sister came and he totally regressed. And I found that 2.5 was kind of the magic number for us. There is kind of that sweet spot window, but basically the older they're gonna be, the more independent, if they're able to push down their pants and kind of get themselves dressed, manipulate clothing, that's gonna make it so much easier, because it's gonna end up being more parent-led the earlier you do it. I did enjoy waiting a little bit longer as he could push his own pants down and kind of take charge by himself. I found it less stressful than me having to push down his pants, carry him to the potty real quick, and kind of like ask him more and prompt more, because now we heartily prompt, just before we're going out of the house, or something like that, we'll just kind of make sure he doesn't need to go, and usually give him the option. Do you want to go before we go to the store or after we get back from the store, letting him know we're going to be gone for 30 minutes, but if you really can't hold it till we make it back, then just let me know. Anyway, with the oh crap potty training method, you do commando. So we just did a long t-shirt for Trenner for the first day or first and second day, and then you go to pants being commando with no underwear, and you do that for a couple months until they get the hang of it. I think it was at least a month that he went commando, and now we're to underwear, and then if they have a hard time with underwear, you could always go back to commando and just get to that point where they're taking themselves and have wearing underwear again is the goal. So woohoo! We have a potty trained boy. We're so happy. It's been now four months since he's been potty trained. And my mom did come a couple days into it, and that made it fun to have a new presence. Kind of let my mom take the lead so it's not too much hearing from mom, and she brought some more little rewards and stuff that he enjoyed. So anyway, that's everything I have for you. Just keep it fun, low pressure, don't be a potty pusher, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye. What? Say bye. Bye. Can you say potty trained? Say I go poop in the potty.